It's Friday, day trading live this morning. Another crazy stock this morning going up over 100% or 200%. I don't even know. It just went to the moon. You'll see the entire trade live in this video and see what all went down. So, you know what to do. Make sure you stay tuned. Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? So, I'm doing a little meditating this morning before the market opens. Meditating on what my plan is, what my goal is today. What is my goal today? My goal is, it's Friday, so the last thing I want to do is have a big red day, or just a red day in general. I've already up $60 on the day. Kind of break it down real quickly here. I actually was smart. I was smart here on ZOES. You can see ZOES this morning gapping down there. It broke through the VWAP. I waited for it to come back up. Got stuck at the EMAs. I tried to get 1,000 there at $1.29, and I only got 600 shares there, and it just did not really want to go down. So then pull down here to the support there, 1014 area. That's kind of like 1015, 1016 area is like the all-time low on this chart. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the break of that 10-15 area, and really I think we could have got selling off really hard after that. You know, if that would have cracked $10, if that would have cracked 10-15, I think there's no problem that we would have seen lower from there. VTGN, I have some trouble there, 170 area. There are shares just short on this. Not really sure I want to go shorting in the first minute of the market on Friday here. Remember the crazy stock yesterday, CHCI. Look at it, getting up there yesterday, up to $6.58. We traded it when it was $3. $3. It got the high of day there at $6.58. Come on. And then look at it now this morning, down there to $4.20. So these things go up, they go down, they go all around. And the last thing you want to do is get stuck holding the bag here. This thing could easily just get back down there to the dollar area in no time. Got FCSC over here, pushing up here. Got FCSC pushing up here to the $4 area. Let's see if it'll break through 4 here. Look for a little bit of a pullback if it breaks through 4. See if I can get filled here at 380 on this pullback. Look for us to push above 4 here. Put an order out there. See if I can get filled here on the dip. Well, then I got 1,000 shares. Fuck, I didn't mean to get 1,000. Oh, hit the wrong hotkey. Isn't that awesome? I was trying to buy on the bid there, not on the ask. End up getting filled there on the bid. See if I can get filled another 1,000 here. If it's a push above the 407, 410 area. Pushing. There we go. Beautiful. So I'm getting filled there at 420, 419, 420 there. I'm not in love with this move because it's just a reverse split. Maybe it squeezes, but there's really no like crazy catalyst behind this or big news. Well, now 440. So it is Friday. I'm taking profit early. Oh gosh. I just literally made a video last night about this, about wanting to play these a little differently. Hey, what is what it is. But I think, going into this trade, really, I kind of messed myself up. I'll kind of talk about what I did wrong here. So last night I made a new hotkey. The hotkey is Alt Q, right? So it's Alt Q, and basically what happens is I'll put 500 shares out on the bid. So whatever the bid is, I'll hit the bid and try to get filled on a dip. Now, the problem here is that Alt 1 is buy 1,000 shares on the ask, and that's kind of what could have happened there. Wow. So is this going to be a repeat of yesterday, CHCI? It's going to be a repeat, isn't it? Oh, gosh. It's going to be a repeat. It's like deja vu. It's deja vu, guys. I think sometimes, hotkeys are great. Hotkeys are awesome for getting in and out of trades, but sometimes you got to focus if you're using hotkeys, because like I just did, I hit Alt 1, got filled in the ask, and that was, 10 cents higher than I wanted to get really filled. So, something like this, luckily for me, it went my way. It went up, and I made money on the trade. But the problem is, now the problem is if I'm not focused and I hit the wrong key and I get filled in the ask, and then the stock drops on me, and I'm adding on, way more loss than I should or wanted to. That's kind of the problem. And you can see how that worked out. It is Friday, end of the week. It's a long weekend. And the last thing I want to do on a Friday, on a long weekend Friday, is to go red. Because that's 3 days that I'm just going to be sitting there thinking about, what did I do? What did I do? I'm an idiot. What did I do? It's funny because like the small cap market kind of gets into these patterns where you'll have like 2 or 3 days where this happens. Where like yesterday, CHCI, the same thing happened today. People kind of get into this trend where like, oh, stock's going up. They all buy. It gets halted. They buy. It pushes it up big, and you get these crazy moves. But then there's that one day where the market doesn't do that, or people end up getting burnt, and then you'll have like 2 or 3 days or maybe a week where you don't have these kind of breakouts, where you'll have a breakout, but it'll be kind of that false breakout where like FCSC, maybe it would have popped up there to the 420 and then crashed. So I'm trying to legitimize my exit here. I'm trying to legitimize my exit here, but there's really just nothing I can say other than, going into it with the entry that I just wasn't too happy about. Kind of, so right then and there, it threw me off. I went to the trade with the wrong entry, knowing that I kind of screwed up, that I hit the wrong hotkey there. So that right there kind of just threw the whole trade off and kind of ruined the potential there. I think, if I'd got filled 385, I would have been much happier, and I easily could have held into this push because I would have been like, well, boom, we're looking good. We got the support there, got the VWAP, got the EMAs, but me buying there at 4, and then knowing that high of day is at 407, and then seeing it get stuck there at 405, all I'm thinking about is like, oh man, this thing reverses on me. If it reverses on me, I do not want to be stuck in this trade. But you can see FCSC made the move higher there, higher. I put an order out to try to get filled in that dip too. That would have been beautiful. 2,000 shares with that push into that 420 would have been nice. That would have been $200, $300, $400 in profit. So really, I think just kind of not getting. I think really just going into that trade already kind of like hitting the wrong hotkey and be like, oh, such a joke. So that's kind of really what happened to me there. Just the emotional. But you can see ZOES down there to 980. So I had a good read on this, hoping this was going to go down below that $10 area. It's finding some support there at the 980s right now. My original entry there at 10.29 that'd be not bad. It'd be a 40-50 cent drop there on that trade this morning with 1,000 shares. That would have been beautiful. So we're just gonna wait here and see what happens when FCSC reopens. Just see what happens here when FCSC reopens. Might just look for a quick opportunity here, but probably not. I'm probably gonna just stay away from it unless we get some really crazy opportunity. I'm just gonna. So in terms of just kind of looking back over the week, really, that trade on Wednesday there so really just looking back on the week, that Container Store trade, that was a $1,200 loss. There was a point where I could have gotten out for a $300 loss. That would have probably been the thing to do there. That would have been a much better exit on that stock. But I really just was like greedy and trying to force it and gambling. I really just was trying to push it and thought, we could get that push down and cover for a big, massive win. But that's what happens when you just kind of get overly confident and try to force a trade. Now, the rest of the week, it wasn't bad. I had some good entries, had some good exits. Yesterday, really missed out on, a big, massive move, but still made $600. So if you add up all of my profits, so I've had 4 green days. You add all up, it's going to put me green on the week, up about $300 after that $1,200 loss. But that $1,200 loss was really, that should have never happened. That really should have never been that big of a loss. So if it would have been a normal size loss, $300, $400 loss, which is kind of like a normal size loss for me, that would have been a much better week. And, obviously, missing out on opportunities like yesterday, missing out on the CHCI thing, really just kind of not trading to the best of my abilities. And, that's kind of how it goes sometimes. But FCSCO, look at it. Up there to 480. Beautiful. It's going to get crushed here. So again, it's like, that's 1,000 shares up there to the 470s, $700 in profit. Instead of only making $173 in profit. So now it's going to push. It's going to squeeze on it. Oh, gosh. I'm going to stay away from it. It's Friday. Like I said, it's a 3-day weekend. I've normally had just the most terrible luck with Fridays in general. So the last thing I want to do is push it today. I mean, maybe I should push it. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't. One of those things. It's a battle. It's a battle. What should I do? An hour from now, I'm gonna look back and be like, oh, I should have done this. It's easy to be like, why didn't I short the top there? Why didn't I short 490 and get that big sell off? Why didn't I? And it's just part of it. I think right now the best thing for me is just to kind of end it out there, close out the week in the green, and that's really what I'm happy about. I'm happy that I was able to absorb that loss on Wednesday, even though it was just like full gambling, bad trade, bad day, just bad. I was still able to come out green at the end of the week, and that's really the important thing here. If you look back at my videos, I had some pretty solid days this week and had some good entries. Just really need to work on my exits. Really just need to work on just kind of the overall execution. Again, today, buying like that on the ask, that was just not good. I would have loved to have gotten the 2,000 shares there at the 385, 390 area. That would have been nice. I kept thinking about buying here. I thought about, I was looking at this, kind of like this was high of day. So I was really just sitting here oh, okay, well, if this breaks out here, if this breaks this downtrend, whichever it was, like this candle, if this starts to break out here, kind of have this flag, we might get this move higher. And I really just need to kind of execute when I do see these opportunities. And, when you don't execute, when you're not jumping in there, when you show hesitation, the margin for error is so small in these stocks. So, not jumping in there at 370, getting that big pop, and then being like, okay, I'm going to jump in here, 375, didn't get filled. All right, and then boom, oh, I hit the wrong hotkey. I screwed myself up, and then trying to get filled again, try to get 2,000 shares, not getting filled. So you can't hesitate. And I think you see some of the best day traders, like you see Ross when he's trading, he's just boom, 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 doesn't hesitate. And, it's another reason that he has some massive profits, sure, but at the same time, he also has some big losers because it's just no hesitation. He sees the setup like this, sees it breaking higher, and he just goes bam, 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 hits the hotkey, gets 20,000 shares, gets a move to $4. Wow, now he's up, $10,000, some crazy number. So it's much easier when you just have a large bankroll and you're just hammering, and just not thinking. But yeah, so I don't know. Just sitting here talking today and just kind of rapping about what I need to work on. I think really just, working on not hesitating, working on, seeing a setup like this. Really after yesterday with this CHCI trade, this should have been okay, Patrick, you've seen this before. You know what's going to happen here. This thing, if it breaks above high of day, we're going to get a nice little squeeze. It's going to get halted, and we're probably going to gap up. And that's exactly what we did. So I really just got to focus and understand that these patterns just keep repeating. Definitely when they happened, the day before, there's a good chance it's going to happen again because you're going to have those people that just kind of chase it, and they also are trading hey, yeah, this is going to the moon because CHCI went to the moon. And that's really kind of just what went down here today on FCSC. So let's see if it's going to push $5. So $5 holding it down there. FCSC. I'm going to go ahead and close it out there. Like I said, it's Friday. It's a 3-day weekend. And I do not want to spend the weekend thinking about something that I did, something dumb that I did. So there it is. I'm closing it out. Oh, gosh, look at it. So you got ZOES, just kind of looking back at the stock down there to 980 again. So I'm thinking this is probably going to go lower. I'm going to close it out. I'll talk to you guys later.